Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. Now, I'm still waiting for the patch to come out. I say I instead of we because I am recording these episodes between a week and 10 days in advance. So it is possible that by the time this episode is actually, by the time it goes live, that the patch will be out. But for now, I'm still waiting. So we're just gonna be playing another regular episode, going down some regular old realms, seeing what we find, and trying to make little bits of progress on the Rune of Prophecies and some of these other achievements that we're working on. For now, I think all we gotta do is just keep going. We are playing as the engineer because I believe we finished the druid. Yeah, the druid was the was alphabetically the one that is before this one. So we're as the engineer now, and just trying to get realms done. We have to do 100 realms as the engineer to get all 10 realm achievements and all well, I was gonna say all 2, but really both of the costumes, the cosmetics that we unlock. I don't think there's any reason to not just go, because we are running all 4 projects. We yeah, we just want to see what we find, see how this goes. But we're gonna do it on instability 0, except in cases where we have false god fight. That's gonna be that is gonna be the plan. Let me just move some stuff out of my way. And let's go. What are we doing in this round? We got to shelve some books. This is one of those realm quests that I think is... I wish more realm quests were like this, because there are 3 books and 3 bookshelves, but you only have to do 2 of them to complete the quest. So like, there's less chance of you having to go all around the map and find, like, to track down every single... Like, if they had you do all 3 of them, then there's a good chance that in some of these realms you'd have to go all the way around the map before you found them. So there's that, and also if the realm is bugged, sometimes realms are bugged and, you know, things don't spawn in properly. If one of those bookshelves or one of those books doesn't spawn in, you can at least still have a chance of finishing this, the mission, right? So I am on board with this one. You can also just stack up on books and carry multiples of them, and then just deposit them to the bookshelves as you find them. So that's another nice thing. Ooh, and here's another nice thing. We're going to be able to complete our Riddle Dwarf objective, which has completed another line. So this Rune of Prophecies is shaping up quite nicely as we murder the Banshee Master. We're still in the relatively early aftermath of having found the Construct Master for the 10th time. Now we're just done with Master achievements. That's again, every time I play the game, and it's only been a couple episodes of having had this freedom, but in both of those instances I am just thoroughly enjoying the freedom of not having to... Sorry, I'm just taken aback by the fact that literally all 3 of the bookshelves are right by each other. And as you just saw, we can also hand in the assassination mission, which I think I will do. Actually, you know what? I'll wait until we... you know what? No. I'll hand in the assassination mission. I'll start a new one, and then we probably won't hand in the second forge mission, right? We'll hand in the rune prophecies a little bit early, and then make some progress on the next assassination. We are now assassinating the god spawns. We just killed Walken, not to be confused with the Christopher Walken. It's a different person entirely. No, we just killed. Who did we kill? So no, I'm looking at the wrong list. That's exotic creatures. We're on god spawns. So we just killed this Walken, and now we got to slowly go through this list and collect the rest of those. And what else are we doing for this? Well, we want to get one experiment done. We want to get buried treasure. We'll see how we do, and then we'll see how we go. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's just keep on going. That's one realm done. Of the roughly, what, 13, 14 we'll have to do if we want to continue on with our pattern of killing 2 false gods per episode. So let's try and make some good pace. We gotta find shiny gems. So let's go and do that. Alright. Let's try and get this done quickly as we can, and even though there are no more achievements for them, we will still kill masters whenever we get the chance to. The only thing that would stop us from killing the master in a particular realm is if we somehow complete the realm quest, but then we can't get to the master, or like we die before we get to the master, or the master is in an inaccessible area, or if the master simply just doesn't spawn. I don't know if I've ever had a case where the master didn't spawn, but I guess it's possible. Let's hope that it doesn't happen. That was the Bard master kill for the 14th time. Do we want to fight this treasure golem? We don't. We'll just let him be. We'll just finish our realm quest and mosey along to the next realm. I guess we'll try and do this. And where has the treasure gone to? See, the feather. Where has the feather gone to? If it's not visible, I'm not gonna go on a fishing expedition just to get a small amount of extra favor, because we can just get, you know, a bit of favor by doing this. You know what? Fine, I'll look for it. Actually, fine, I'll look for it. You twisted my arm. And where it's probably gone is to this room up. Man, no, I'm sorry. That's too far away. I'm gonna veto this, being indecisive as usual, but whatever. It would have set us back too far. I know, like, I was in, you know, stop and smell the roses mode. And I kind of still am, but I don't want to indulge the game when it spawns maps in a really annoying way. I feel like that would be sending the wrong message that it's okay to treat players like that. So I will only stop to smell the roses if the roses are in a conveniently accessible location. Otherwise, those roses can just fuck off. what a dramatic U-turn from the from the sentiment of the previous episodes. But you know what? It was gonna happen eventually because there's just too much to get done in this game. Ah, yes, Ramses. He forces you to attack yourself. And he evidently gives you useless nether stones. Hang on, let me just do a bit of this. I still haven't, by the way, gotten through I keep saying I've got to get rid of these nether stones, but I never do it. The only thing I will look for is the master, because mastery, getting more mastery feels like a much more tangible thing to get done in every realm, as opposed to just potentially spending an entire minute and a half farming for just 400 extra favor. There are other ways to get favor, right? There's you can do pilgrimages, you get favor just for completing the realm, you just get slightly less of it if you don't do all of the realm events, but there's no way to get mastery other than just by fighting masters. So that is gonna be what we prioritize, even if it means going out of our way a little bit. So that's gonna be the plan. Alright, let's grab this. Take out the Warhog Master and let us continue. Alright. What are we looking for? I think we're just done with the realm, right? Yeah, we're just done. So let us leave. New realm. Oh, we're past realm depth 2500. Yay. That's a nifty little milestone. I mean, if nothing else, it at least solves the problem of what am I gonna put in the title and description for the episode. Because now that we have only long, grindy achievements that are gonna be slowly completed over the course of many hundreds of episodes, and no single obvious sense of progress is going to happen with every individual episode, it can be a bit hard to, you know, just come up with titles. But at least we have today's episode sorted. In a perverse kind of way, I'm almost like, I hope nothing else interesting happens in this episode, because then it'll be like it was wasted. It could have happened next episode, and then I could have used that as the title for next episode. That's a dumb way to think. Interesting things happening, assuming that the events are, the probabilities are independent, which I have no reason to think that they wouldn't be. Something happening in this episode doesn't mean it's less likely that something happens in the next episode, right? That's gonna be how we choose to look at it. There's another master taken down. Another master taken out, and it's time for us to just find the exit, which is there. Again, I will pick up the feather, and I'll see, is it easy to get to where it gets spawned into? Or can I even see it? And if the answer to those questions is no, we'll just leave it. This is easy enough to get to, so I will make the slight detour to grab it. Another 450 favor. So worth doing, but not necessarily worth going super out of your way, like combing an entire you know, really badly spawned realm, going to rooms, offshoot rooms that you take a long time to get to, just to get a, you know, several hundred bits of favor, right? That's at least that's how I look at it. We're going back home because we do have a couple of projects to hand in. So we'll do it like this. Another pilgrimage done means another pilgrimage will be started. And we have hit 76 with everybody. So it's time to start going from 76 to 77. And it's time for us to move on to the next realm. Alright. So far, I think we're making decent pace this episode. And I think, unless some nonsense happens in the false god realm, could even have a bit of a quick finish. Hey, we got an achievement. Well-traveled 9. Oh, is that for? That's for visiting 5,000 realms. All right. So we didn't get any achievement for realm depth 2500, which was surprising. But at least we got a bit of progress on that. Now all we need to do is double that. Oh my god. There are going to be ways to speed farm some of these achievements. Eventually we'll have to do that because a lot of them I don't think are possible to get in normal, in, you know, the way that normal people would play video games. So we'll have to think of some abnormal ways to play the game. But for now, we can still play in a relatively intuitive and normal fashion, and not have, and still have a whole bunch of things that we are working towards. Alright, we will fight Xantai. I shouldn't be doing... No. Shouldn't be doing those small slot machines because they can give us bad minions. I mean, no minion in this game is bad in the sense of none of them will give you a disadvantage, but some of them definitely can do unnecessary things that cause combats to drag out. For instance, unstable horror. Every time you defend or provoke will try to attack the enemy, which if you don't need it to happen, all it does is it wastes your time. Alright, so I think we're good to just go. I think we are indeed good to just go. Avoiding unnecessary combat as we take on our first false god. We do like this. 436 is a good bonus. We'll take this into a random realm. We are getting close to finishing the achievement for finding anointments. Luckily, you don't have to find every single anointment in the game. Because... I mean... how many anointments are there in total? It'd be interesting to look at what percentage of the anointments we've gotten and see if it's got to be less than 50%. It's like, but is it less than 40%? Probably. Alright, and we're getting some good bonuses as well. And in this realm, we should make an effort to try and open all the chests and the other sources of loot. Loses less stats. Is good. Oh, I nearly took that, but that was would have been a fatal mistake. Because we only do indirect damage. I guess we do have some direct attack and spell damage, but it's not gonna get you very far against a false god. It's mainly just for fighting like trash mobs that are somehow immune to indirect damage, like the leeches. Manticore Master. Okay, enemies are fused with sphinxes. Which shouldn't be that bad. I think sphinxes have some like resurrection traits, which is why it's good to have burn their corpses to prevent them from coming back. So one more enemy. And then we can face off against the boss. Let's just go right in. We've got some debuffs, but I think we'll be fine. We were indeed fine. Take out Nebadar, get something. We'll get Backdraft could be fun. Always Out Splashing and Savage could be good for some, like builds that rely on these status effects to scale. So we'll take Magma Diver. Our Heaping Treasure gives us nothing interesting in terms of loot, but 7,600 Nature Guild reputation takes us to 1930. And I think we just move on to the next realm. We are how deep into the episode? 23 minutes, and we've still killed the first. And we've already killed the first false god. So we are indeed on pace for a pretty quick episode. So let's see if we can continue that. Where is... Yeah. Oh, it's right. It is right here. Let's continue to a... No, we need to head home because we need to set a new bounty. And then we can continue on to the next realm. And I think I'm gonna set this bounty against Jotun again, because I want to try out my other method for killing him. It's gonna be slightly inefficient with this party just because of the number of spells we cast, because we want it to be efficient at killing other things as well. But if I can learn this, then it'll be useful when the time comes to kill Jotun. When the time comes to farm Jotun. Alright. Let's sorry. Let's get this realm done. Should be another quick realm. All we have to do is do one portal. There are multiple portals in this realm, or there should be. All we have to do is one of them. Quests like these are nice and breezy. All right. Okay. I will touch that. Oh, here's our portal. Okay. We are still looking for a master. A competent engineer too. So we're getting achievements done. The rate at which we're getting new achievements definitely a pale imitation of the rate at which we were getting achievements early on, but that's just because a lot of the major achievement categories have just been finished. And there's fewer types of achievements left to get. And the types that are left, a lot of them are very, very long-term achievements. Alright. I guess I'll talk to you. Amalgam Gardens is to Maramurgo. And we have Cranax, the Nether boss. Eventually we will have to fight more Nether bosses that I have to switch to a different class in order to kill. Would it be worth it trying to kill them with like kindling or something? I'm not confident in trying to fight a Nether boss like that. So how am I going to handle this Rune of Prophecies? I think we'll just finish... Are we doing an experiment mission? I'm stupid. I didn't... Okay, hang on. I thought I was doing an Okay, I'm gonna have to rectify that. That was my mistake. So with 2 left to complete, I think I will just take the L on that and I'll start the experiment mission now. Or when we get home after killing this Nether boss. I'm gonna avoid combat if it's not necessary. This is another kind of dumb realm, which is kind of all over the place. Alright. Alright. Let's get the Nether boss killed, and then let's get the master killed, and then let's head home and set the new mission. And I guess start a new Keyforge, so at least we'll kind of have a second reason to go home. And where's the Where's the master? Is he like all the way here? Is that what's going on? He is. Yeah, not a great realm. So let's let us rectify our mistake. Costing us a bit of time, but it's been a fairly quick episode for the most part. Now, I'm gonna have to cancel something. I guess we cancel the training mission and do an experiment. And then we probably aren't going to be handing in the Rune of Prophecies now, because now that I've done this, I'm mentally committed to just getting the whole Rune of Prophecies filled out. We gotta find a big chest. So we're gonna get 2000 notoriety, and we're gonna leave. Yeah, Paragons are annoying to fight because they give global damage reduction. That is, every creature, yours and theirs, receives less damage. Which I can see the utility for that. Don't get me wrong, but it's just annoying when enemies have damage reduction of any kind. Like I take that personally when enemies don't take the exact amount of damage, at least the exact amount of damage that I'm trying to deliver. If they want to take more than that, they're more than welcome to, but at least the amount that I'm trying to give to them. It's the polite thing to do. Alright. Let's keep on going. So when we fight Jotun this time, instead of doing Wormhole, we're just gonna skip our turn with our mimics. We'll see if that makes things go faster. The fuck is this nonsense? Excuse me. Oh, the Valpas. They cast spells at the start of combat. Okay. That was annoying. This should be another quick realm. Because to win the realm, all we have to do is find one of the mini boss areas. In fact, the only thing that could slow us down is these bards, which shuffle the timeline, which means our mimics won't always be at the top, which means the enemies will waste some of our time by taking their turns. The other thing that could slow us down is the Valpas, who, even if they are not on the top of the timeline, will sometimes cast spells at the start of combat, which will also waste some of our time. So we are also looking for a master. Who could be in any number of places. here? No, the habitat is there. So we can quickly get this finished. Easy. Go to the left, go to the right. And do a bit of this. Take that. What I saw him on the map, and I was like, "That is that a tree or is that the Ant Master?" And it was the Ant Master. All right. Is there any reason to go home? I don't think so. So let's just continue. Alright, we've got to subdue 3 creatures. And I think, yeah, there are only 3 and we have to find all of them. This one might take us a while. Honestly, when I'm playing on low realm instability, I kind of don't want to be finding mimics. Just because they won't have much to offer you. I guess if you're trying to summon more mimics for building parties, then yes, it is worthwhile to find them. But I think I have enough mimics to last me quite a while. And evidently, if you want to farm mimics, it's not hard to get them to spawn. There's no urgency. So that mimic, I think, spawned a treasure golem, which we don't need. We'll talk to you. And beat some sense into that guy. And talk to you. You were peaceful. This is the Fey Master. Confurian is Kingdom of Heretics. This is the final creature. I think we're done with this realm. So let's keep up the pace, and we're already at Jotun. Alright, well that wasn't so bad. Now I just need to not screw things up. I almost screwed that up, but we keep our 370% bonus. And we're going into fight Jotun. It's less than 40 minutes for us entering this realm. Very brisk episode indeed, but now we're gonna have to kill every enemy on the map. Sparktails aren't that bad, and the rest of the realm properties are also fine. Excuse me? Oh, they had a leech. I didn't know those leeches could spawn here. Alright. 6 enemies. This time we are gonna have to run around the realm, most likely. And we should complete that mini quest if we get the chance to. One of those parts is really small and I always miss it. Yeah, we'll give him 3 buffs. giving the false god buffs isn't as dangerous as giving yourself debuffs. Because what buffs really could even be problematic? I guess shelled or barrier can be bad, but not even that bad. Whereas giving yourself debuffs, you could give yourself really bad ones like silenced, or sleeping, or scorned, or other things that cause you to just lose your entire turn. So that's I mean, I still will take debuffs if given the chance, because it's you get a 50% bonus for doing that. And that's on par with other things in the highest tier of bonus. But my ideal... Well, with this party, I guess my ideal would be... If I'm choosing 3 things, it would be... immunity to attack damage, immunity to spells. And then the third one could even be the debuff thing. But let's see. I think there's at least one other debuff in the... one other false god modifier that gives you 50%, but which isn't annoying to take. It's definitely not the 10% damage cap. Where is this master? No, it's not you. It's you. There you are. Wait a second. We're fighting Jotun, and I'm treating him as though this is a boss that we're trying to kill. This is not a boss that we're trying to kill. So... So, all we're doing in this battle is we are wasting our turns. We're seeing how long it takes. Casting fermented hops is wasting a bit of our time. So if I were to make a party to farm Jotun quickly, obviously all they would need is enough spells to be able to kill the trash mobs, or even very strong spells like these ones. But I wouldn't make the spells cast automatically. I would have them be cast only via macro. That way, when you're fighting this guy, you can just quickly skip your turns, and then the only spells casting automatically will be things like entangling roots, just to make sure he never takes a turn. God, man, I really hope they don't change how entangling roots works in the next update, because as of right now, it's a very powerful spell. Many would argue overpowered, but I don't mind there to be things that are overpowered in the game. And if people think it's not fun to play that way, they don't have to use it. Nobody's putting a gun to your head, forcing you to play with entangling roots. Incidentally, the enemy can also cast the spell on you, so if it is overpowered, it's a double-edged sword for sure. So what do we want? Gain 10% defense for each time they've attacked with celerity. I don't. Okay, fine. Let's take Fortified Spirit. None of those were, you know, blowing me away. Oh, not even 5,000. That is so sad. That is so sad. So sad. So sad. Let's see. That was me doing an impression of the lawyer from that I Think You Should Leave sketch, the courtroom sketch, aka Brian's hat. One of the funniest comedy sketches. I mean, that's true of many of the things from I Think You Should Leave, that it's some of the funniest and just most creative comedy that anybody's come up with, I think, in at least a decade. Just so if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up a video called I Think You Should Leave Brian's Hat, or I Think You Should Leave Courtroom, and you'll find the same sketch. So, you know, let's just go for the Ancestor, why not? And I'm gonna leave these, and next episode we'll finish up this Rune of Prophecies, because at this point, in for a penny, in for a pound, we're committed. We might as well finish it. So what was accomplished this episode? Well, a couple milestones. First of all, we went past Realm Depth 2500. That was really nice. Secondly, we got a couple achievements. One of them was another milestone achievement, Well Traveled 9. We visited our 5,000th realm. Now we just need to do 5,000 more. Of which we've already done a small chunk. We did like what? Nearly 10 more after that. So you know, we did well. We also got an achievement, our second of 10 achievements for winning 100 realms with the Engineer. So that was nice. And let's take a look at how some of our other achievements are going. We're past 75,000 defense. So that's nice. How are we for our realm stuff? Oh, 5,007. Nice. So we are past 40,000 resource nodes, and we're past 80,000 breakable objects. So that's slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. How are we for... Isn't there a castle achievement? That I was... I guess Peculiar Collection. Yeah, we're at 6.03 out of 10. We're getting there. Getting there. It's slow, but we'll get there. At some point, I'll crank out the Water to Wine achievements. I just want to make sure we have enough resources when we start doing it to make sure that we can get all of it converted in one go. It'll be and then still have enough resources left over to spend on other things if we want it, right? So that'll be the plan for that. Anyway, I think that's gonna be all for this episode. We are still at under 50 minutes, and I think this is a perfect time to just leave this episode where it is and say we'll pick it up next time. We're doing 3 episodes a week, so I'll see you. I believe this should be a I'm recording these in advance, so sometimes I get mixed up on which one's going up when. I believe this should be a Monday episode. If I'm correct about that, then I will see you on Wednesday for the next installment of Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. And until then, take care.